Good morning dear students, welcome to Maths Bridge course. So today in this session we will be completing the concept or the topic of circles. So till now we have studied various concepts pertaining to circles, be it the type of equations, be it general equations, be it standard equations, definition of circle, various forms of the circle, okay, and when it comes to diametric form of a circle, equation using diametric form, all these things we have discussed. And when the circle is touching x axis, when the circle is touching y axis, when the circle is touching both the coordinate axis, what is the equation we will be getting, all these things we have discussed. What is a point circle, what is the equation of the circle when it is touching the origin, and when it is having a center at origin, or when the circle is having radius is equal to 1, that is unit circle. All these things we have discussed. And we also discussed very importantly about what is it, the various notations of the circle. And the last thing that we discussed in the previous class was, it was about the parametric form of the circle. In different forms of the circle, we discussed about the parametric forms of the circle. So what did I say when it comes to parametric form? When it comes to parametric form, I said that if it is given x square plus y square is equal to r square, then the parametric form of the circle is given by x is equal to r cos theta, this is what we got, y is equal to r sin theta. And if it is given in the form of x minus h whole square plus y minus k whole square is equal to r square, if it is in the standard form, we will write it as what, x is equal to h plus r cos theta, y is equal to k plus r sin theta, y is equal to k plus r sin theta. This is the parametric form of the circle. Now let us take up a question based on this, so that you understand how to apply this parametric form. Now the question that is given is, find the center and radius, find the center and radius of circle given by x is equal to 1 plus 3 cos theta and y is equal to 2 plus 3 sin theta, 2 plus 3 sin theta. Okay, this is the question that is given. So they are asking us to find the center and radius of the circle. So here this is of the form what, this is of the parametric form. I can write this as what, x is equal to r plus, I can write it as what, x is equal to, I can write it as cos theta is given, x is equal to h plus r sin theta, here y is equal to k plus r sin theta. On equating this, what I will get, h will be equal to 1, y will be, h will be equal to 1 and k will be equal to 2 and r value we will get as equal to 3. So we got the center as what, center is nothing but equal to h comma k, that is nothing but equal to what, that is nothing but equal to h comma k is 1 comma 2. So this is the center, 1 comma 2, this is the center, 1 comma 2, this is the center. Okay, what about the radius? Radius directly we are getting it, radius is equal to 3. Like this we will get the questions. This is the basics you must know. Of course, there is a part of the question will be like this. This should be used so that you solve a bigger question. Next one, position of a line with respect to circle. What do you mean by this? Here what will happen is, they will give the equation of the circle, s is equal to 0, they will give the equation of the circle, they will give the center will be given, they will give the line equations, L is equal to 0, center will be given, center coordinate h comma k will be given and radius of the circle will be given, and they will ask the position of the line with respect to the circle. S is equal to 0 means here we will take it as what, s is equal to x square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c is equal to 0. This is the equation of the circle that will be given. Now what happens is, here what is this distance, we will take it as d. Okay, this distance we will take it as d. We will find out this distance from the point center to this line. Okay, center to this line we will find out the distance. In straight lines you will understand, but anyways I will tell the concept now. Suppose we are having a point here, let this point be p of x1 comma y1. Let this be joining a line, this line is given by ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. This is the line. Okay, very important this one. The distance d is given by distance. This is what the distance, let this be q. Distance is what, pq. But here this point, coordinates of this point q is not given, they have given only the line equation. So how to find the distance then? To find the distance we have a formula, d is given by a x1 plus b y1 plus c. Okay, a x1 plus b y1 plus c, that is wherever x and y is there, substitute x1 y1 divided by square root of a square plus b square, that is it, within modulus, and that means we have to get a positive value for distance. So ax1 plus by1 plus c divided by square root of a square plus b square. For example, if you want to find the distance from the point P given as 2 comma 3, or let us take it as 3 comma 4, 3 comma minus 4, okay, to the line, or let us take it as 3 comma 4 itself, 3 comma 4 to the line given by 2x plus 3y minus 2 is equal to 0. So the distance formula, if you use it, d will be equal to, here x1 is what, 3, y1 is what, 4. So 2 into x1 is what, 3, plus 3 into y1 is what, 4, minus 2 divided by square root of a square plus b square, that is 3 square plus 4 square. So what is that we will get? D is equal to 2 3s are 6, 3 4s are 12, minus 2 divided by square root of 3 square plus 4 square is what? 16 plus 9, 25, square root of 25, that is 12 plus 6, 18, 18 minus 2 is what? 12 plus 6, 18, 18 minus 2 is what? 16, this will be 16 by 5, okay, square root of 25 is 5, so we will have what? 16 by 5. So this will be the distance. Within modular sign, if I take it, this will be the distance. Positive value, distance will be positive value. We will get the distance as what? 16 by 5. Okay, we will get the distance as what? 16 by 5. Now, why this has come here? Because I wanted to tell how to find the distance here. Now, on finding the distance, here we will find out that the distance d, okay, if d here, if d is less than the radius, if d is less than the radius, then the line cuts the circle, then this line L cuts the circle, the line cuts the circle, then the line cuts the circle. Similarly, if this distance d, is equal to, if distance d is equal to here, if distance d is equal to radius, then line touches the circle, not cut the circle, it touches the circle, that means it is a tangent to the circle, it touches the circle. Okay, that is the second condition here. This is one type of condition. Now, here what is happening? Here this is D, this is R. As you can see, if D is greater than R, what is happening? Then the line is not touching at all. That means I can say the line is away from the circle. The line is away from the circle. The line is away from the circle. Clear, friends? This is how we will find out. This is how it will be helpful. Whether the line is touching, whether the line is cutting, whether the line is away from the circle. Okay. Now, next concept, notations I have already told you. Now, length of the tangent. Suppose circle is given as s is equal to 0, that is standard equation of the circle, s is equal to x square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c is equal to 0 is given. Okay. Let P x1 y1 be a point outside the circle. Let P x1 y1 be a point outside the circle. X1 y1 be a point outside the circle, and if you want to find the length of the tangent, let this be P, let this be Q, let this be R. Okay, if you want this from the whatever your knowledge you got from your 10th standard, this you know that PQ will be equal to PR. The tangents drawn from an external point, both the tangents will be equal to each other. But what is the length of this tangent? The length of the tangent is given by square root of S11. Here also square root of S11. So S11 means what? See, first of all, S11 means what? S11 means we will put the values of x1 by 1, all these things. Square root of S11 we have to find out. So length of the tangent is given by square root of S11. So let us take an example for this. So suppose the given circle is as having the equation x square plus y square plus 4x minus 2y plus 3 is equal to 0, plus 3 is equal to 0 is given. Okay. Now, if I want to find out the length of the tangent from the point P, 2 comma 3 is given, So if I want to find out what? S11 means I should find what? S11 I want to find out, length of the tangent is given by what? Square root of S11. But let me find out S11 first, then I will put the square root. So it is not just S11, it is square root of S11. So that means wherever x and y is there, x is there, I should put 2, wherever y is there, I should put 3. So this will become what? 2 square is 4, 3 square is 9, 4 2s are 8, 2 3s are 6 plus 3. Okay. So after I told you when we put the S11 value, that is 2 x1 y1 value, if we put, what we will get? We will get the numerical value. We will not equate it to 0. So on solving this, what I will get? 13 plus 3 16 plus this is what? See, 9 plus 4 13 plus 8 is what? 13 plus 8 is 21 plus 3 is what? 24 minus 6 is what? 18. Yes or no? 8 plus 3 11 20 24 24 minus 6 is what? 18. I will get it as 18. So S11 I will get it as 18. So length of the tangent is given by, length of the tangent L is given by square root of S11, that is nothing but equal to square root of 18. So that can be written as what? 9 into 2, square root of 9 into 2, that is nothing but square root of 9 is 3, so 3 root 2. So this is how you will be finding out the length of the tangent, friends. This is how you will be finding out the length of the tangent. Clear? Let us move to the next one. So see here, there is a circle that is given S is equal to 0. Okay, S is equal to 0. Let P x1 y1 be a point. Okay, P x1 y1 be a point. Let this be cutting the circle. Okay, let this be the chord. Okay, let this be the chord. So this will be PA and PB. Okay, this is AB is a chord, and let this be point of contact of the tangent BC. Here we have a condition. Please pay attention. Okay, so the condition is given by that PA into PB is equal to what? PC square. You have to remember this condition. PA into PB is equal to what? PC square. See, PA into PB is equal to what? PC square. This PC is nothing but what? Length of the tangent. Length of the tangent is given by what? Square root of S11. So PA into PB. Okay, PA into PB is equal to what? PC square. So if I find out the value here, PA into PB is equal to what? PC square. PC square means what? Square root of S11. So that is what? Square root of S11 whole square, PC square. So that will be give us what? PA into PB, square root of S11 whole square is S11 itself. So I will get it as what? PA into PB will be equal to what, friends? S11. PA into PB is what? S11. So that is how the length of the tangent will be useful for us. This condition is useful in some of the questions. That's why you should remember this condition. Next one. So they are given point form. That is point form. They are talking about the tangent. Now we are learning about the equation of the tangent. Suppose a circle is given. Okay, it is given as equation of circle is given as S is equal to 0. Okay, and there is a point. Okay, there is a point given by x1 y1. Okay, what is the equation of the tangent at the point of contact, that is x1 y1? Okay, what is the equation of the tangent at the point of contact x1 y1? It is given by what? It is given by s1 is equal to 0. Equation of the tangent is given by s1 is equal to 0. So s1 means what? S1 already it is given. So yes, if the equation of the circle is given like this, x square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c is equal to 0. I told you about the what notations. So equation of the tangent is given by equation of tangent. Equation of tangent is given by s1 is equal to 0. What is s1 here? S1 is nothing but wherever x square is there, you should replace it by xx1. Equation of tangent from P x1 y1 is given by x1 y1 is given by xx1, y square will become yy1. Okay, g into x will become what? X plus x1 plus what will this f will become? Y will become y into y plus y1 plus c is equal to 0. Plus c is equal to 0. This is the equation of the tangent from a point. That is a point form equation of the tangent is given. S1 is equal to 0. Clear, friends? So whenever a point is given, point of contact of a tangent, and the equation of the circle is given, how to find the equation of the tangent? That is S1 is equal to 0. S1 means what? I have told you here. I hope it is clear to everyone. Next thing. Suppose they were given the parametric form. Okay, parametric form is given as what? X cos theta plus y sin theta is equal to r. I told you. Okay, here the point of contact for this circle, x square plus y square is equal to r square. Here the point of contact, instead of giving in the form of coordinate form, okay, Cartesian form, they were given instead of x1 y1, they were given parametric form r cos theta plus comma r sin theta. So what to do here? So we will do what? X square plus y square. What is the equation of the circle that is given? X square plus y square is equal to r square. Yes or no? This is what is given. We will take this as what? We will take this as x1, we will take this as y1. So this we will write it as what? S1 is equal to 0, xx1 plus yy1 is equal to r square. X into x1 is what? R cos theta. Y1 is what? Y into r sin theta. Just put the values. R sin theta is equal to what? R square. What will happen? Everywhere r is there, r cancels. So r cancel. I will have what? X cos theta plus y sin theta is equal to r. I will have, it will not be r square, it will be r. So this is the equation of the tangent in parametric form. This is the equation of the tangent in parametric form, friends. Now So see here. Now let us take up a question for this. Let us take up a question for this. Suppose they have given, okay, if x square plus y square is equal to 4, okay, is equal to 4, find equation of tangent, okay, find equation of tangent at p pi by 3, okay, at p pi by 3. So they are asking at p pi by 3, okay, at p pi by 3. So here how to solve this question? So see here, very simple. What you have to do is, first you should know equation of the tangent in parametric form is what? Equation of the tangent in parametric form is x cos theta plus y sin theta is equal to r. It is not r square, don't do the mistake, it is r. Here this is of the form what? X square plus y square is equal to r square. So this implies r square is equal to what? 4. That implies r is equal to what? 2. It is 2. So here in this question, theta is equal to what? Here it is given p of pi by 3. P of pi by 3 means that is p of theta, that implies theta is equal to what? Pi by 3. Theta is equal to what? Pi by 3. Just put the value of theta here. This will become x into cos pi by 3 plus y into sin pi by 3. R is what? R is nothing but 2. Now x into cos pi by 3 is what? Cos 60 is 1 by 2, x into 1 by 2. Y into sin 60 is what? Root 3 by 2 is equal to 2. So what we can write it? X plus root 3y is equal to 2 into 2, that is 4. This is the parametric equation of the circle when at the point p of pi by 3. Clear friends? This is how you have to do this question. This is how you are supposed to do this question. Clear? This is how you are supposed to do this question. Next, slope form. What does this mean? Slope form. They have given equation of the circle x square plus y square is equal to r square. Earlier they used to give the point where it is touching the circle, that is where the tangent is touching the circle. Here instead of that they have given the slope of the tangent. They have given the slope of the tangent m. Like this there will be two tangents. Here one tangent is there, another one tangent will come like this. This will be, these two tangents will be parallel. Okay, L1, L2. Here slope is given. The slope will also be m because L1 and L2 are parallel to each other. L1 and L2 are parallel, and there L1 and L2 are tangents to s is equal to 0. S is equal to 0 means this circle s is equal to 0. This circle, tangents to this circle s is equal to 0. Now that is why you will get two slopes. One is what? One slope is called as given by, you know, the straight line, that is y is equal to mx plus c. Here c will be equal to r times square root of 1 plus m square. Why it comes, you don't have to worry now. This will become what? Y is equal to mx plus r into square root of 1 plus m square for the tangent above the center. For the tangent below the center, you will write it as what? The equation for tangent is what? Y is equal to mx minus r into square root of 1 plus m square. This is what you will get. So this is the equation of the tangent. What happens when the point is not given but the slope is given? That time this is the equation of the tangent. Two parallel tangents will be there. Next one, slope form. This is another thing what we have given. Okay, so here what we are writing? There I took the circle as what? X square plus y square is equal to r square. So if it is standard for x minus h whole square plus y minus k whole square is equal to r square. Wherever y is there, we write it as what? Y minus k. Wherever x is there, we write it as what? X minus k. That's all. That's all. X minus h. That's all changes. Okay, nothing much is there. Then slope form. Okay, then we are talking about the slope form. What do you mean by this? So see here, slope form already I told you. Okay, slope form already I told you. What is the slope form here? Let me check once. Yeah, that itself is a slope form, nothing much is there. Okay, here what we have to do is, if they give the standard form, earlier what you used to write, y is equal to mx plus or minus r into square root of 1 plus m square. Here what you will do, standard form, instead of y, what you will write? Y minus k into m into x minus h. One will be plus r into root of 1 plus m square. Another one equation of tangent will be y minus k m into x minus h. Instead of plus you will write minus r into square root of 1 plus m square. This is the equation of the tangent. Okay, when the circle is given as a standard circle. Okay, when the center of the circle is given as what? Center of the circle is h comma k instead of 0 comma 0. Here the center is what? 0 comma 0. It is at origin. Here the center is at h comma k. That is the slope form here. Normal line. So usually What is a normal line? Normal line means suppose we are having a tangent here. This diameter, when we draw a diameter, that is, it is passing through the center. This line itself is called as normal line. Normal line. So this will definitely be perpendicular to the tangent. This will definitely be perpendicular to the tangent. So one way to solve this is what? So suppose this is the tangent. Okay, this is the tangent line. This is a tangent. If a line is there that is perpendicular, this is normal. We call it as what? Normal. Okay, normal. By your knowledge of slopes, so I'll talk about this now itself. Suppose two lines are there. Okay, let there be two lines L1 and L2. L1 and L2 are such that they are parallel to each other. This is L1, this is L1, this is L2. The slope of this line is M1. The slope of this line is M2. So L1 and L2 are parallel. L1 and L2 are parallel. Then what will happen to the slopes? Then slopes M1 will be equal to M2. Okay, if slopes M1 is equal to L2, L1 and L2 are parallel. So both the way it is correct. The converse is also true. If line L1 is parallel to L2, okay, if line L1 is parallel to L2, slopes will be equal. If the slopes are equal, the lines are parallel. Converse is also true. Okay, M1 is equal to M2. This is one thing. Now, if L1 and L2 are perpendicular to each other, perpendicular, that means what? Let this be L1, let this be L2. This is perpendicular to each other. Now what happens is L1 and L2 are perpendicular to each other means what we do is, so let this slope be M1, let this slope be M2. Now slopes, here what is that? What is the thing you have to know? Here M1 will not be equal to M2. Here slopes, the product of the slopes M1, M2 will be equal to -1. This you have to remember. Or I can write it as what? M1 will be equal to -1 by M2. -1 by M2. M1 will be equal to -1 by M2. So if we are getting the product of the slopes as equal for two lines, then those two lines are perpendicular to each other. Here also, if the slopes are equal for two lines, then those two lines are parallel. And here the slopes of the product of the slopes are equal to -1, then those two lines are perpendicular. And the converse is also true. Suppose for line L1, okay, the slope is given as 3/4. And for line L2, which is perpendicular to this, the slope will be given as what? 1/3/4 and along with a negative sign. So you should take the reciprocal and you should put a negative sign. If they are what? If they are perpendicular. So this is the meaning of slopes when it comes to parallel lines and perpendicular lines. Now when we talk about the normal line is always perpendicular to tangent. Normal is perpendicular to tangent. So if tangent is having a slope M1, this I will having a slope M2. So if I get the slope of tangent M1, then slope of normal will be 1/M2, -1/M2. So whenever you are finding equation of the normal, first you can find the equation of tangent. Equation of tangent is what? S1 is equal to 0. For that slope, you take the reciprocal, whatever you get the equation of the tangent. For that, take the slope of the tangent, take the reciprocal angle along with the negative sign. Okay, then you will get the equation of the normal. That is one way to do the question. Okay, other way is, what we can do is, the normal line always passes through the center. The normal line always passes through the center. Suppose if it is given the center of the circle is given as x comma y, and this point where the normal is touching the tangent is given as x1 by 1, then definitely I can find the equation of this line passing through this point x1 y and passing through the center. Okay, then I will get the equation of the normal. That is what I will do. This is x1 y1, that is you have 2-point form, that you will write it as what? X y minus y1 will be equal to slope times x minus x1. Okay, slopes times x minus x1. If m, okay, see one more thing, if you want to find the slope, okay, see here, if 2 points are given, a line is given, okay, a line, let us take it as AB, x1 y1, this is x2 y2. If 2 points are given and their coordinates are given, then slope is given by y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. So m will be equal to y2 minus y1 is equal to divided by x2 minus x1, or it is also equal to, slope will also be equal to tan theta, and it is also equal to dy by dx. I have told you in differentiation. I have told you about this in differentiation. Okay, I have told you about this in differentiation chapter. Now see here, normal line is there, okay, and we have got the slope. Okay, m I can write it as what? Y minus y1 will be equal to, m can be written as what? M can be written as what? Y minus y1, y2 minus y1. Here y2 is what? Y. Okay, x2 is what? X by x minus x1 into what is it? X minus x1. Y minus y1 by x minus x1 into x minus x1. This is the equation we will have when it comes to what is that we are having? Equation y minus y1 x minus x1 into x minus x1. This is what we will be having. Next one, normal is done. Pole and polar, pole and polar. So basically, very simple way I will tell you what is pole and polar. So there is a circle, there is a center C, okay, there is a point outside the circle, we call that as pole. For this pole, if there is a line inside, there will be a line inside, this is called as polar. How this polar is coming, don't worry now. If you draw a line here for this, it will be perpendicular to this pole. This pole, if you draw a line from this pole, it will be perpendicular to the polar. It will be perpendicular to the polar. If the point is outside, polar will come inside. Or if the pole is inside, this is the center, the pole is inside, the pole is inside, then the polar will come outside. This will be the polar, this will be the polar. So understand, if the pole is outside, polar will come inside. Polar is a line, pole is a point. Pole is a point, because of the pole, you will get a polar. Polar will be inside the circle if the pole is outside. If the pole is inside, that is, this is the point, this pole is inside, then the polar will come outside. Polar will come outside. Okay, then suppose your question may be, this is the center. If the pole is on the circle, if the pole is on the circle, then where will the polar come? Then polar will come and touch the pole at one point. Okay, this is the polar. Okay, this polar is called, basically you already know, it is tangent, and this polar we called it as what? Chord of contact. Two contact points A, B, this is chord of contact. Clear friends? This is how they will give it. Okay, how they will give the question is, they will give the equation of the circle, they will give the equation of the circle, and based on the equation of the circle, they will give the polar also, they will give the polar also themselves, they will ask the pole, or sometimes they will give the equation of the circle, they will give the pole, then you have to find the polar. That you will understand in the upcoming classes, no need to worry about that. Next one, what is it we are having? Next thing. So next thing that we are having is, how they will give is, see here, conjugate lines and conjugate points. Conjugate lines and conjugate points they will ask in IPE also, in your competitive exam also. Conjugate lines and conjugate points. Suppose we are having a circle here, there is a point P and there is a point Q inside the circle, this is the center. So this is the pole. For this pole, the polar will pass through point Q. The polar will pass through point Q, polar of P. Okay, for this point Q, the polar will pass through point P. This is what, this line, this straight line is the polar of Q, polar of Q. So earlier we had a pole here and also here. Okay, for this point P, the polar is passing through point Q. Okay, and for point Q and the polar is passing through point P. So they are called as, these two lines are called as, this is, let us take this as S1 is equal to 0, let this be S2 is equal to 0. These two lines S1 and S2 are called conjugate lines, and these point P and Q, they are called conjugate. This point S1 is equal to 0 and S2 is equal to 0, they are called as conjugate lines. This one and this one are what? S1 and S2 are what? Conjugate lines. And the point Q and P, they are called as conjugate points. They are called as what? Conjugate points. Clear friends? This one definitely you must know. Definitely you must know. So P and Q, conjugate points. S1 and S2, they are conjugate lines. Clear friends? So that's all when it comes to the concept of circles. Okay, but there is one more concept that is called family of circles. Okay, family of circle. In the family of circles, one thing you must know. Okay, suppose there is a circle, there is a line. Okay, a line passing through the circle, or if you are having many circles cutting the circle, and through each of these 2 points, from these 2 points we can draw a line, then the equation of that such family of the circle, suppose this is the circle S1, okay, this is the circle, family of circle S2, then equation of this line or equation of the family of circles is given by S1 plus lambda S2, S1 plus lambda S2, okay, or you can write it as what? S1 plus S plus lambda L, or you can take it as what? Let this be the circle, let this be the circle, let this be the circle, let this be the line. Then the equation of the family of the circle is given by S plus lambda L is equal to 0, S plus lambda L is equal to 0, S plus lambda L is equal to 0. So, please remember these properties and concepts. Clear? I hope it is clear to all of you. So, this is the basics you have to know when it comes to the chapter of circles, and definitely this will be useful for you in the chapter of straight lines and also in conic sections, that is you will be studying about a parabola, hyperbola, ellipse. So, that is all. So, that is all when it comes to the British course of mathematics. We have done many useful chapters. I hope it is beneficial to you. Please go through the sessions repeatedly so that you get more clarity, and if you have any doubts, please post it in the comment section or reach out to us in the institute number. Definitely we will be able to help you, and the questions which we have solved, please go through that again. Okay, they will be highly beneficial to you. And then the previous session also, that is in sequence and series and all, we have just used the 10th basics and solved JEE mains question. So, please solve those questions again by yourself. This is my humble request to all of you, and please make sure that you join the right institute, which is of course NEET World when it comes to the top quality education. So, please think about your future, and if you come here, you are in the safe hands, be it for MPC and BPC. So, please make use of the sessions and make sure you join the right institute like ours, so that you have a bright and meaningful career. Alright friends, thank you, take care.